breaking news shaking the entire immigration landscape in the United States. Former President Donald Trump, now back in office, has just made one of the most dramatic and controversial moves of his second term, revoking legal immigration status for 500,000 people. Yes, you heard that right. 500,000 immigrants, many of whom have lived, worked, and built lives in the U.S. legally, now face uncertainty, fear, and possibly deportation. This is not speculation. This is official policy. So what exactly happened, who's affected, and what comes next? Let's break it all down. This decision revolves around a specific group of immigrants, primarily those who were admitted into the U.S. under the CHNV humanitarian parole program. That's Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. This program was created under the Biden administration as a response to the growing humanitarian crises in those countries. It allowed individuals to enter the U.S. legally for 2 years under parole status, with the opportunity to live and work while applying for longer-term immigration solutions. But just days ago, the Trump administration signed an executive order terminating this program, and with it, the legal status of over 500,000 immigrants. The administration justified the move by arguing that the program was unconstitutional, a loophole, and an abuse of executive power by the previous administration. Their claim? That the Biden-era policy invited a flood of migrants, overwhelmed the border, and weakened national security. But here's where the shock sets in. These weren't undocumented immigrants. These were individuals with approved entry, vetted backgrounds, work permits, and clean records. Some have jobs. Some have started businesses. Others have enrolled their children in schools and paid taxes, contributing to American society just like any other law-abiding resident. And now, they're being told they have 30 days to leave the country or face deportation. Let's be clear, this is a legal and humanitarian earthquake. Legal experts are already stepping in, calling the move not only politically motivated, but also legally questionable. Immigration attorneys are racing to file emergency motions in federal courts, while advocacy groups are urging the Department of Homeland Security to provide clearer guidance. But here's the problem: there's no grace period, no extended deadlines, no pathway offered for transition. Just a sudden cancellation of legal status. So, who exactly is at risk? This decision affects immigrants from 4 nations: Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela, all part of that CHNV program. Many of these individuals were fleeing persecution, political instability, or extreme poverty. For them, the U.S. was a safe haven. Now, that safety is under threat. Even more troubling, this decision sends a chilling message to immigrants across the board: legal today doesn't mean safe tomorrow. And it's already creating ripple effects. Thousands have flooded immigration legal clinics for help. Others are canceling business deals, pulling children from schools, or even returning to dangerous conditions in their home countries, terrified of what might come next. The political fallout? It's massive. Supporters of the decision are praising Trump for restoring order and putting America first. They argue that the border is broken and that the CHNV program was just a band-aid on a bigger problem. On the other hand, critics, and there are many, are calling this a humanitarian betrayal. They argue that the U.S. made a promise to these people and is now tearing that promise apart without offering any solution. And this is only the beginning. Trump's administration has hinted that more changes are coming, including a re-evaluation of temporary protected status, TPS, H-1B visa reforms, and stricter enforcement of asylum protocols. That means more legal residents, more workers, and more families could find themselves under threat even if they followed every rule. If you're watching this and thinking, "This doesn't affect me," think again. This decision isn't just about the CHNV program. It sets a precedent. A precedent that legal status in the U.S. can be revoked by executive action alone. That creates uncertainty not only for recent arrivals but also for green card holders, visa applicants, and even DACA recipients. So what can you do? First, if you or someone you know is impacted by this change, seek legal advice immediately. Many non-profit immigration organizations are offering emergency legal clinics. Don't wait. You have a narrow window to apply for other forms of relief, including asylum, adjustment of status, or family sponsorship. Second, stay informed. Policy is changing fast under the Trump administration, and the only way to protect yourself or your family is to be aware of what's happening. Subscribe to official updates from USIS and trusted legal advocacy groups. Third, make your voice heard. Whether you agree or disagree with the policy, this is the time to contact your elected officials, attend community forums, and share real stories. Because behind the numbers are human lives, people who trusted the system and are now facing betrayal. In conclusion, this is one of the most dramatic immigration shakeups in recent U.S. history. Revoking legal status from 500,000 people doesn't just impact individuals, it shakes the foundation of the American immigration system. Trust in government promises is eroding. Fear is spreading. And millions are left wondering, if they can take away status from 500,000 people overnight, who's next?